Founded in 1944 as an amalgamation of two clubs, Inverness Caledonian Thistle have had the hardest week of their history. The former Scottish Cup winners have entered administration and find themselves bottom of League One on -3 points. They're a long way from safety both in the league and more broadly. Manager Duncan Ferguson, a lot of his coaching staff and some senior players have left the club. In this video I'm going to be seeing them play for the first time since going into administration, and interestingly they play Dumbarton, the team that leapfrogged them in the table without kicking a football. It's really annoying. The last time I came to Dumbarton, I tried to come up Dumbarton Castle to look at the stadium on the other side of where we are right now, and it was shut because of scaffolding and works that they were doing, and today it's shut because of the wind. Oh, it's barely windy at all. Look at it, it's beautiful. Anyway, it's super interesting that in the week that Inverness have their 15-point deduction and go through all of the troubles that the club are currently facing, their next game is against Dumbarton, which is why I had to come today. Dumbarton went from being bottom to being 9th overnight recently when the 15-point deduction came for Cali Thistle. But just looking at the league, there's a lot of part-time teams in there. You've got Kelty Hearts, you've got Montrose, there's a few full-time teams in there like Queen of the South, and interestingly enough, Inverness Caledonian Thistle. They're a giant in this division, and there's a good chance that they'll go down. It all depends on if they'll be able to keep a lot of their senior players. There's still a lot up in the air, so hopefully we can learn a lot today about what the future may hold for Inverness Caledonian Thistle. Hopefully we can speak to someone from the club, hopefully we can speak to some of their fans as well. But it's interesting from a Dumbarton perspective as well, because they've gone from bottom to 9th. Inverness could go down and be in League 2 next season, and I think that they'd have a points deduction at the start of that season as well for being in administration now. So there's a lot up in the air. I don't know what's going to happen to Cali Thistle. It's a sad story. We're in Dumbarton to see them play what is one of the most important games in the club's history.
Hi, I'm Ian McFarlane. I'm on the board at Dumbarton Football Club.
What have the last few days been like? Because you've leapfrogged Inverness in the table without even playing.
Yeah, it sort of throws up just the reality of League One football and the challenges that different clubs are facing. So heart goes out to them, to the support, to the board, to the team. But we'll welcome them here today with open arms, and I don't doubt, even with that deduction, it will still be a battle at the bottom, but we'll be both looking no doubt to get up the league.
Yeah, of course. And how will it impact the way maybe the team plays or the manager sets up? Do you think now that Inverness are down there with maybe yourselves and Annan, will it change their thinking a little bit going into matches?
I don't know if it will. I don't know if it will for them. I think Stevie and the team here, the guys have been playing well. We've been unlucky. We've been on top in a lot of games, but we're still now starting to get the points together. But I imagine it will fire up Inverness today, and we'll wait and see what happens. But we're expecting a good game. Here's the away dugout where Duncan Ferguson would have potentially been sitting today or standing in the technical area of, had Inverness not have had all their issues. He obviously left this week as well with his little box as he was walking out with his coaching staff. Some senior players have left as well. It's a really terrible situation, especially when you consider that in the summer of 2015, after the 2013-14 season, Inverness were playing in Europe. They played a European qualifier against a Romanian team. They lost narrowly on aggregate, only 1-0 across the two legs, and they would have played West Ham in their very last season at Upton Park had they have got through that round. So Inverness have went from European football 10 years ago. They were in the Scottish Cup final, not last season, the season before, against Ange Postecoglou's Celtic, and today they play here with the future of their club completely hanging in the balance. Look at that, they played Inverness in the Ironbury Cup final 2018. And that is the semi-final that Dumbarton would have beaten the New Saints in to reach that final against Inverness 2018. And the New Saints won in the Conference League group stage the other day. Liam, you are the head of media
communications officer.
I
think that's a fair assessment. So.
How's life been for you as an employee of Inverness over the last couple of weeks then?
Yeah, obviously it's been difficult. You know, everyone's seen the news, and we're kind of, I think the administrator said that we're kind of in a line in the sand moment at the moment. So You know, it's been a tough summer.
Duncan Ferguson's left along with his coaching staff. A few of the players have left as well?
Yeah, that's correct. So I think the administrators obviously come in and they look at the thing, and as they've made some tough decisions, I think they said that themselves.
And so will today's squad be a lot of younger players? Who's taken the team from a managerial perspective?
Yeah, so obviously as part of that announcement that Duncan had left on Gary and Stuart, that Scott Kelleher was going to become a head coach at the end of the season, and he'll be supported by Billy Mackay, who's his assistant, and Ross Jack as well, who's one of the academies. He's the head of youth. So they've kind of, they've had a short time with the team, so it's a big game today.
Yeah, of course, yeah. We're up in the press box, and I'm currently sat with
Paul Chalk from the Press and Journal.
And so, Paul, how has life been for all the Inverness fans over the last couple of weeks?
Yeah, tough time, Sam, hasn't it? You know, that just kind of, you look at the administrators coming in, and a really tough week for everyone at Caledonian Thistle, and as the accountants basically take control of the club and make big decisions about the playing squad and the club staff, and the flip side is 5 players have gone, but the staff within the club have been retained for the time being. So the main thing that came across in speaking to directors and the interim chairman Scott Young has said the administrators want Caledonian Thistle to have a fighting chance, still be competitive in this league. So they have lost 5 players. There's a change of manager,
but they still look quite strong compared to other teams in the league, don't they?
Still do.
Still a big team.
Yeah, they've been comfortable. The results haven't been there. Too many draws, 6 draws so far this season. Had they been flipped round without this 15-point penalty, they'd be in the top 4.
Yeah, exactly.
So I don't think there's anything to fear.
So I'm not sure
yeah.
a lot of the ins and outs of like the business side of football, to be honest.
Yeah.
But what are some of the issues that the club could face in the future? Is there a possibility that they would get completely liquidated and not even be an entity anymore? Is that a possibility?
That's kind of been ruled out by the interim chairman.
Okay.
Having spoken to the administrators, they don't feel it will get to that stage. They're confident enough that they will be a buyer for the club.
So this feels like this is like the worst that could have happened without the actual club winking out of existence.
That's
but
right.
From now on, they're in a bad situation, but they can start to build and hopefully just become a
absolutely
good league club again, good standing. Yeah.
Even this week alone, the administrators have had 3 offers of people, well, not offers, but interested bidders who are keen to come in and put their name in the hat for the club. So it shows straight away there's interest there in Caledonian Thistle. The administrators will work with the creditors now and try and come to an arrangement and try and get the club in a more sound footing. But as you say, Sam, 15-point penalty, they're bottom of the league here against Dumbarton, their nearest rivals today.
10 years ago they were in Europe.
That's right.
2 years ago they were in the cup final.
It's quite staggering. I spoke to David Raven, one of the Scottish Cup heroes from 9 years ago, and he just can't believe what's happened, but it just shows you if you don't manage the finances the way they should have been managed over the years, that this is what can happen. But it's the first administration in Scottish football for a decade, and
it's
it's
really
hurt.
okay? Yeah,
I think since I think Hearts were the last one, and Dunfermline before that. So but the supporters are optimistic that better times will lie ahead. I know there's a lot of Central Pelt Caledonian Thistle fans here today, so they'll be here in good numbers and high spirits. And Scott Kelleher takes charge today, so we'll see what happens.
Andrew.
And you're an Inverness fan.
Yeah.
You've come down from Fort William for
yeah.
today. Why did you come and support the team, particularly today? Big day for the club.
Just to tick off a lower league sort of stadium, really, to be honest.
How have the last few weeks been for you as a fan then?
It's been a bit difficult. It's been a bit strange to see it, to be honest. But
It's a big club, Inverness, aren't they?
Yeah.
Played in Europe.
The
One major
European,
trophy.
yeah, I remember I was at the European game at home right enough, and it wasn't at the away one, so it was quite
Out
difficult.
in Romania, yeah.
But the cup final and the season before, it was a good season and all that. But yeah, it's a bit difficult to see them the way they are now. So.
Yeah, it must be sad for you to see them bottom of League One, minus points.
Is.
But do you think they'll have enough this season to survive?
I think so, yeah. I think to be honest, I think with Duncan Ferguson going, I think it'll probably help. To be honest, it was a bit negative, some of the football, a bit too defensive, I feel. But I'm hoping that Kelleher and Mackay will a bit more attacking. Yep. Hopefully. So,
and start off with a win today, you reckon?
Yeah.
And it's such a crucial game, playing Dumbarton as well, in their first game after administration, both being next week.
They just won their first game last week as well, so
it's huge for both clubs today.
Yeah.
What do you think the score?
2-1.
2-1 Inverness. What do you make of Inverness in the situation they're in?
good for Dumbarton, right enough.
But it's a sad story, isn't it, when it happens? But
Inverness, yeah, but if Dumbarton win, it puts the pressure on Inverness a bit.
yeah, it does, and today's crucial. So
I actually feel bad on Inverness, but I wish him the best.
do you worry for the future of the club, or do you think this is like as bad as it'll get? And from
I think
administration was probably the best idea.
yeah, you reckon?
Because
power through.
I think at least you're in somewhat control of it, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay, and so for today, big game against Dumbarton. Couldn't have picked a bigger game to have post.
But we don't really have a good record against Dumbarton. So
Right, okay, but maybe you can turn it
I
around
think we'll
today.
squeeze something out of it.
What do you reckon for today?
Just 1-0.
Just a cheeky, easy 1-0.
Like 75th minute score.
Right, okay, and what do you reckon?
Probably like maybe 2-1, 1-0.
An enthralling start around Scotland today. It's 1-0 to Dumbarton. What a goal it was, by the way. Strike from the edge of the box. Inverness fans still singing to get behind the boys, but losing 1-0 at Dumbarton a few days after the points deduction. Inverness have been the better team. Dumbarton haven't had the ball forward that much. They go forward and absolutely bang one in the top corner. Keeper was nowhere near it. Not even two keepers would have saved that one. But not a great few days for Caledonian Thistle. What a save! It was offside. Fans have been unbelievable today, considering the position the club are in and that they went 1-0 down today. They deserve that goal, these fans, for what they've been through and for the great supporters here. There's loads of people here. Would love to know the attendance figures, but yeah, 1-1. That could be a massive goal, not just for this game, but for the history of this football club.
More attacking anyway.
Yeah, more attacking than what you say under
under
Ferguson.
Duncan
That
Ferguson.
corner routine that we saw.
Yeah, that was lovely.
You don't think they'd have done that under Big Dunk?
No chance. I think Scott Kelleher's had that up his sleeve for a while now.
Had that in the back pocket, just waiting for the day that he could use it. Yeah, it was nice. It was nice. They're kicking this way second half.
Yeah.
So play score of the mad teams.
Yeah.
2-1 Dumbarton. Bit worrying that.
This is shit.
What do you think, mate?
I don't know what's going on here.
They've been a better team, it's weird, yeah. They've had more of the ball up in attacking areas than Dumbarton have, but they're just more clinical, aren't they?
What's happening? I'm just falling asleep at the back, really.
Do you think if they were to go down to League 2, it's obviously not a good thing, but a bit of a reset for the club to go?
Possibly.
Still a long way to go.
It depends if they can keep the core of the players right enough.
Do you think more could leave in the coming weeks? Do you think more could have to?
I don't know. I don't know. It's hard to say.
3-1 Dumbarton. Oh mate, that's not good. That's not good. It's starting to rain quite heavily out there now as well. It's kind of like a metaphor for Inverness. Happy for Dumbarton, obviously. They're needing the points as much as anyone in this league, apart from like Inverness.
This is actually bad.
3-1. 3-1 down on negative points. 3-1 down at Dumbarton, 10 years after playing in Europe. Not long left.
No.
Facing a 3-1 away defeat to Dumbarton just a few days after the 15-point deduction. Is this one of the darkest days in the history of Cali Thistle, do you reckon?
Yeah, I would say so. It was really positive in the first half.
I thought they started off okay, didn't they? It's weird how it sort of panned out now, but
I don't know how it was 1-1 at half time, but second half it's just been very sloppy. Passes, a lot of misplaced passes, the defence, I don't know what, it's just been too easy.
And after what you've seen today and maybe have heard over the last week or so, do you think Cali Thistle will have enough to survive this year?
Maybe not, I don't know.
That's it.
It's the downfall. It's embarrassing.
Do you think you'll survive this season?
I hope. If we get investors, hopefully.
Yeah, it's going to be a long season. Good to meet, mate. Still really good support despite everything the club's going through and a terrible result today. But look, a siege mentality. Gone through such a bad time, the fan base of this club over recent weeks. They're still out here supporting. It's a long way from Inverness, Dumbarton. Look at this. Credit. Dumbarton supporter, what did you make of that game?
It was really good. I thought Dumbarton played really well in the first half and really good in the second half.
Do you feel a bit sad for Inverness, what they're going through?
I feel really bad for them, getting 15 points taken off them. Feel bad, but hope we can win and come back.
That's 2 wins in a row for Dumbarton now, isn't it? You confident the lads will stay up?
Yeah, I think they'll all come 6th in this league.
So that'll be a great finish for them. Good luck, mate. I'll see you soon, yeah? How big a win is that for Dumbarton?
It's a massive win. It's a massive win. We knew, coming here today, there was a lot of noise about the opposition, and I sincerely hope that things get sorted for the club, the football club at Inverness. But we had to try and shut that out and concentrate ourselves. We worked really, really hard, and that's been difficult this week because there's been a lot of scrutiny in Inverness, obviously. But we did that well, and I thought, apart from the goal we conceded, I thought our overall performance was very good.
And it's 2 wins in a row now as well, and it's got a really good turnout. You've got a message for all the fans that come out in their numbers?
Oh, listen, thanks again. The fans are important to us and important to the players. So to get back-to-back wins in League One's difficult at any time of the season. So it's good to get that, but we'll not get carried away. We'll not be complacent. We'll just keep working hard, and we'll now focus on Cove next week.
It's got a disappointing result tonight, but was it really hard to prepare for this game today?
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of things obviously we had to sort of get our head round this week, but no, I'm not going to make any excuses. I'm not that sort of guy. I thought for the first hour, I thought we were very good.
Yeah,
a joy to watch.
I'll tell you, were the better team for large parts of the game.
Yeah, for large parts of the game, I thought we were, but then just after the hour we sort of lost our way a wee bit, just for that sort of 10-minute spell, and we've lost a goal, and then we never found our feet, and then obviously the third one doesn't help, and then it's obviously hard to get back in the game there. But no, for the first hour I think there's a lot of positives. Hopefully the fans can see that that's the way we want to go. We want to be attacking, we want to have a bit of entertaining football, so no, listen, we'll come out of here, we've been defeated, it's going to happen, but we can't sit and feel sorry for it. Nobody in that dressing room is feeling sorry for themselves.
Are you still confident that you'll be able to at least survive this season and maybe climb up the table?
That's the plan, yes.
Yeah.
I'm confident with what we've got in that dressing room and players to come back. Yes, I'm confident.
And my final question for you, the fans who are over in that corner, even probably like half of this stand today, how good were they?
They were brilliant. I can't thank the fans enough. From the start, right to the finish, even at the end of the game. They could have gave us a good bit of abuse, but I think they appreciated it. We came down, we had a goal, we lost our way for the last wee bit of the game, which was really disappointing, you know. But
they were so behind the team, it was amazing. Yeah,
it was brilliant, and that's what we need. We need them right behind the team. We need the city to get behind it as well. We need to start going back in the right direction.
It's a few days after the game now. I'm uploading this video on Monday afternoon / evening. Saw this game on the Saturday, but yeah, really tough times for Inverness. I hope you've enjoyed just this video, speaking to some of the fans. I felt like I had to go along, speak to the fans, speak to the head coach now, and just a few other people connected to the club. Liam, obviously, the media and communications officer, journalists, that kind of stuff. So yeah, I'll bring you as much as I can in this time on both TikTok and YouTube in regards to Inverness. Hopefully we can see them a few times this season. Wish the club all the best, obviously. Let's hope there's not even worse news that the club, I don't know, it doesn't sound like they'll go into liquidation and fold completely. They're in administration right now. Let's hope this is like as bad as it gets and they can just kind of start building back as a club again, because Inverness is a cool city, it's a cool place, and it deserves to have a football club a lot higher up the Scottish pyramid than what Inverness are right now. But fair play to Dumbarton, good win for them, who are looking to survive in League One themselves. A huge thank you for watching this video. Let me know what you think about Inverness in the comment section below. I've covered Inverness a good few times, I've covered Dumbarton a good few times as well, so I'm going to leave an Inverness video on screen and I'll leave something else on screen right now. I don't know what it's going to be, but the best way you can help me and this channel is by going from one video to another. So if you've got a little bit of time in your lives, please binge watch a couple of my vlogs. Thank you so much and goodbye.